Welcome back. And you guessed it. On today's episode, Erwin, he's out of here. The Thought Police believe that the Old Testament is seriously like some sci-fi ass shoot. I said shoot, Susan. I know it's the first minute. Advertisers care a lot about that first minute. I get it. Ban them all. I'm sorry they're coming after you, Susan. Evil conservatives teaming up with the beautiful and wonderful socialists to bring down big tech. As the official Arstopia Thought Police. Alright, I've got one more. One of them probably misfired. I'm very concerned about the attack on big tech. But now I'm on Erwin Believes and I can't talk about it. Shit. Has it been a minute? Sweet, it's been over a minute. Now I can run ads. God, Susan. Just let me have ads. So, we're talking about the Old Testament. And I've only got one costume other than my sci-fi costume for this stuff, so I like authority. I like to see crime punished. Especially conservatives. So we're talking about spiritual justice. Social justice. Spiritual social justice. Lay my Astra down right quick. Astras are weapons that gods use in Hinduism. Astras. There's a name for it. Zeus has a lightning bolt? How strange. Weird. It's probably just because, like, the weather or something. The weather. Or fertility. We're getting into it. Shit. Alright, buttons. Do I remember you? Nailed it. No, let's get this big for you. Nailed it also. Isham. Parentheses, angel. Isham or Isham are a class of angels said to be the closest to the affairs of mortals. We got those angels watching over us, watching all of our thoughts. Just like Santa Claus. I know, and it seems so ridiculous, right? Angels and demons, that's so stupid. God is dead. We just came out of a nothingness and exploded into the universe. Okay, creator makes more sense than that. I mean, science. Science be praised. Oh, God, that's some good science. Angels. What are they? Some are like actual angels like you'd think of. Some of them are more like humans. Some are the closest to the affairs of mortals. Angels messing in humans' affairs. Okay, weird. From the creator of the universe? Hopefully. You better be God-fearing. Yeah, in Judaism... Whoa, see, I do like these angels, though. Get over here. Because it's like, once you're a higher dimension and you don't got a lot of things to do, you've solved a lot of problems, what do? You meditate and send your good vibes to other planets that need help, such as Earth. Sometimes people reach, a high level where they can move on, but they choose to stay on Earth to continue helping us. That sort of thing. I believe we have angels, aliens, all sorts of spiritual entities watching over Earth. Otherwise, we would have been screwed a long time ago. We would have been nuked to hell so long ago, I imagine. And also, all the insane esoteric rules of free will. Ain't no free will in my universe. Socialism would work if we just put the right people in charge. Give them everything. And then also ban everything as well. I like that banning part. In Kabbalah and Islam, I like this. First heaven, Gabriel told him, this angel offers advice to the believers on earth and prays for them. In the first heaven, there are multiple heavens in the Christian cosmology. We see things as the tree of life. Buddhists see it as a mountain. Yeah. Some see it as, since the dawn of creation, Isham primarily exists to extol and praise the glory of God. What? God needs people constantly extolling his praise of him? That's a little narcissistic, guys. Doesn't make any sense. You're like, shit's dumb. But there are ways to make a little bit of sense out of it. But you better not think those thoughts. I didn't go to 6 months of Thought Police College to be disrespected. I only had to come on here so Erwin wouldn't spread his evilness. And he'd teach you boys the merits of submitting to authority. Hail unto Caesar. A function that is much similar to that of the song-uttering choirs. Song-uttering choirs in 3 Enoch. We'll be getting to Enoch. Or a collective class of angels who frequently sing the Trisagion and reside in Macon, the 5th heaven. Yeah, I know. It sounds ridiculous. If any of these angels fail to perform the Trisagion, we live in a sci-fi fantasy world, at the right time, if they fail to do it, they are consumed by fire. If they don't extol their praise and song for God, they catch on fire. What the fuck? What, this some weird New Age religion? What's this, Scientology? Oh, no, it's Judaism, which is also Christianity, and Islam. Someone make sure they don't catch on fire. Keep saying it. I know, it just sounds so stupid. So you're like, well, Christianity's dumb and oh, God doesn't exist. Now, wait, okay. So, we want to speak today. Could possibly angels and demons of old, could some of them possibly be alien? No. Stop resisting. Oh, sorry, Susan. I'm sorry. God, I've been bad. Will these fit on me? I've been working out. Thank you for noticing. Oh, God, am I gonna... Oh, God. Let's see if I can operate this. 1 second. I don't want to say this name. Is a fallen angel. Okay, so... Fallen angels. Oh, shit. Okay, I should be able to get out of this. So, fallen angels. How I asked previously, how could angels disobey God? God is perfection. Angels are like practically perfect. How does angels go against God and start doing some strange things? How does that happen? Well, maybe we should look into the story of the fallen angels. I just gotta stop this. All right. I don't want to say the name. Words have power. Unless SJWs tell you can't say it, and then you say it. I'm gonna say the N-word! Yeah. Yeah, no, I think I need to take some vacation. I'm having some flare-ups. Book of Enoch. One of the apocryphal texts. Apocryphal? What does that mean? Well, some kings were like, or emperors were like, hey, let's just like get rid of this garbage. Let's just keep this stuff. Except the garbage is like pretty much just about as equal with the stuff they kept. They're like, that, but that doesn't matter. Also, we'll kill you. We'll kill everyone. Praise God. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense until you realize angels, demons, and aliens. And more. But wait, there's more. I'm not going to say his name. Voldemort is portrayed as the leader of a band of rebellious holy ones or renegade sons of God. Socialism gun, I think we're going to need you. Stop shaking. Called the Watch. What? No, hold on. One second. The Watchers. 1 second. Or Grigory. Grigory's. I probably shouldn't say that name either. That's probably even worse. Who? They became consumed with lust for mortal women. I mean, who wouldn't? And entered into machinations against heaven. Oh, heaven? You hiring for some thought security? Most of my shots somewhat occasionally work. I just run out of bullets really fast. Socialism. It works every time. Machinations against heaven in order to consummate their sinful desires. God depersoned them. He probably also debanked them as well. The devil had to go start his own website and get subscribers. 1 second. It's just $9.99 a month, and you can get the VIP access pack too. Get all of his Instagram news. Where did the other ones go? Thor's hammer. Socialism. Okay, I have been recording. Good. For a long time. Thankfully, I'm hilarious. Very serious. Because we're talking about very serious things. We live in a sci-fi fantasy world. Here we go. In the Book of Giants, Voldemort, through his forbidden prostitution, fathers 2 half-breed giant sons. The gods, the angels are having sex with women and making giants. What? We're talking about the same angels that like they taught me about in Sunday school? Those angels are fucking bitches? What's going on? Thought police. Demons! These are what Christians think demons are. Angels that wanted to fuck bitches and created giants. Angels, you say? Sounds to me a little more like alien. I'm gonna say it. Love you, Christians. Oh yeah. Also, this is part of your canon. Well, actually, the Book of Enoch isn't. For reasons. Okay. So let me just sum it back up real quick. Voldemort was the leader of a band of rebellious renegade sons of God called the Watchers. Because of their lust for some booty, entered into machinations against heaven to get that booty. So they fell to earth. Different dimensions. They eat our food. They get with our women. They get stuck to our dimension. They get stuck in our wheel of reincarnation. Because you reincarnate in groups. It seems like if you come to a planet, especially a lower dimensional one, you get involved in it. You eat its food. You get lower dimensionally. You get stuck in their wheel of reincarnation. Which is bad because you probably already got past that. So you're going backwards. So you drink the nectar of the gods. Forbidden prostitution. And father 2 giant sons. Demigods. We will get to them in about 45 to 50 minutes. Okay. Rebel angels first meet upon a mountain. These angels and gods sure love mountains. Weird how so many people think aliens are inside of mountains. Weird. To organize their secret society of 200 members. Secret society. Did someone say secret society? Encyclopedia Britannica, you better be fact-checking this. Voldemort as their chieftain, under Azazel, who had rebelled against God and the heavenly host. Azazel initially doubts the initiate's resolve to forswear heaven. So they basically make an oath to satisfy their lust and carnal desires. Sounds like the elite ruling us now. Weird how some people think that the elite believe they are part of these bloodlines. Why would these bloodlines might be special? Could be other entities having sex with our women, making giants? Possibly. People living for like 800 years, fathering lots and lots of children that basically create a whole race of people. Yeah. Enoch, we'll get back to him. Thus, having convinced the other Watchers to join him in fornicating with women, Voldemort continues to collude and to plot with these other sinful Gregory to seduce females from the human tribes. Sounds a lot like our elite. The resultant offspring from this unnatural prostitution and breeding are called giants, referred to as Nephilim in the book of Genesis. Nephilim, we'll get to them later. Together, they dominate, murder, and exploit the inferior races of men. Angels dominating, exploiting inferior races of men. Is this a Star Trek episode? Blah, blah, blah. Their debauchery thereafter rising to new heights. And there was great impiety and much fornication. And they went astray, and all their ways became corrupt. I hate corruption. I mean, on the thought place, I love corruption. You better shut the hell up about it. The Watchers are good. Who watches the Watchers? Enoch. Yeah, there we go. That'll be this episode. I wanted it to be Old Testament sci-fi, but no. Words, blah, blah, blah. Animal apocalypse. A sleep vision has been called the animal apocalypse. I talked about the third eye, the pineal gland, and dreams. And what can happen in dreams. Sleep vision. It's been called the animal apocalypse. Lots of fun symbology in there. But perhaps the Watcher's most grievous sin was to teach and instruct humankind blasphemously in various forbidden arts, sciences, and celestial secrets or mysteries of the true heavenly gnosis, or knowledge. What the fuck? Angels teaching us culture. Is this a Star Trek episode? Teach and instruct humankind. All the cultures say sky gods came down. Most of them created us. They created us. Taught us civilization. Controlled us. Eventually they had to leave because they screwed up so much. And other reasons. Many still around, some would argue. Teach and instruct humankind. Everyone says that. And then you got the bad guys who want to teach us all the bad stuff. We'll have to talk about the Tower of Babel later. Building a tower to heaven, to reach heaven, space, the heavens. Yeah. Weird. Building a space station? on Earth trying to reach the heavens? That's too much? Technology too quick? Trying to fudge things up? Had to send everyone off? Whoa! I'm getting crazy. I need to lock me up. 1 second. I'm locking me up. Wait, no, that's my mouse hand. I'll do it. I can do this. I can do this. Oh, can I not lock it? Son of a bitch. We live in a sci-fi fantasy world where watchers teach and instruct humankind on various forbidden arts, sciences, and celestial secrets or mysteries of the true heavenly knowledge. The fun word with a silent G to start it. Especially that wisdom possessed by the guy above Voldemort, who taught them also the secrets of war, from magic, metallurgy, and weaponry to seductive ornamentation, jewelry, and cosmetics. You're dressed like a whore. You gotta watch out. Dressing like that, there's gonna be a pack. Whoa. Oh God, no. Mel Gibson. I need more beer. Satan made your daughter dress slutty, Mel Gibson. God commanded the angel Gabriel to cause the Watchers and Giants to wage civil war. God commanded the angel Gabriel to cause the Watchers and Giants to wage civil war. We live in a sci-fi fantasy novel. You know, and... yes, and... proceed against the biters and the reprobates. Biters? And against the children of fornication. And destroy the children of fornication. And the children of the watchers from amongst men. And cause them to go forth. Send them one against the other, that they may destroy each other in battle. For length of days shall they not have. Yep. Try to make the gods and demigods fight each other. Does that sound like your god? No, that sounds like a bad guy from a CW show. It's fucking Vampire Diaries. And you're like, oh, well, all this stuff's stupid. All this is sci-fi BS. But then you realize angels, demons, aliens. And more. Finally, the judgment of the Watcher associates of Voldemort is described. Then the Lord said unto Michael, go, bind Voldemort and his associates who have united themselves with women so as to have defiled themselves with all of their uncleanliness. God's calling us unclean. Them are fighting words. God? Why? Weird. Is it because angels get stuck in our dimension when they're here and eat our food and fuck our women? Those are our women. Angels took our gerbs. And the Lord said unto Michael, and when their sons have slain one another, and they have seen the destruction of their beloved ones. Jeez, God. Bind them for 70 generations in the valleys of the earth, to the day of their judgment of their consummation, till the judgment that is forever and ever is consummated. God's very theatrical. In those days they shall be led off to the abyss of fire. Fucking Mount Doom? What? To the torment and the prison in which they shall be confined forever. Christians are like, Greek mythology, you be crazy. Some motherfucking Tartarus up in this bitch. Throwing the Titans into. The Titans that got overthrown by the gods. We'll get to it later. And whosoever shall be condemned and destroyed will from thenceforth be bound together with them to the end of all generations. Once the archangels and the host of the righteous had rained war and destruction upon the watchers and giants, God caused, after several generations, the great flood of Noah to wipe out the corrupt remnant of the earthly races. Wait, God killed all of us? Everyone but Noah. God killed everyone? God, all loving and knowing, peaceful, chill, brah. Hit the reset switch. And Noah got 2 of every animal onto an ark. Their DNA? No, the animals themselves? Yeah, I'll believe the DNA. We'll talk about it later. For when the eternal covenant and eternal law had been broken in the fallen angel's revelation to the profane creatures of the earth of heaven's sacred knowledge, God does not like us knowing how the universe works and how our spirituality works and how powerful we are. Doesn't sound like my kind of God. Sounds like a controlling God who wants to treat us as a slave race. Weird. Very weird. I need to get this off me. Jeebus. That's going to be leaving a mark. I'm only doing 1. No, I did 2. We'll get to Enoch later. We will see the judgment of this later, which is why I wore this costume. I just really love talking about esoteric spiritual knowledge. It's kind of why we're all here. Let me finish. God wiped us out with the flood. God wiped us out with a flood. And everyone knows about Noah. God wiped us out with a flood. What the hell, God? What the hell, bro? Really? Really? Because your kids started fucking our women and creating giants and being all decadent, you wiped out Herb Gotti? Yeah. Sounds a lot like wiping out firstborn of everyone in Egypt. Unless you smear lamb blood on above your door. That's on every Christmas. And the fallen angel's revelation to the profane creatures of the earth of heaven's sacred knowledge. We are not allowed to know sacred knowledge. Not allowed to know. Lawlessness ensued. 1 second. Not under my watch. Which corrupted and destroyed. That's why we need law. But after the diluvial judgment, where God murdered everyone, God removed the lawlessness that came from the perverted knowledge and restored again his covenant with Noah and his sons, returning fertility and harmony back to the creation. God's kids screwed up. And then he's like, Noah, you done broke our covenant. Murdered Herb Gotti. And he's like, all right, now that I murdered Herb Gotti, Noah, you and your sons and a shit ton of animals, you can all come back and I'll make stuff grow again. No more ice ages and shit. What? Pardon me? And wouldn't God want us to know sacred knowledge? Sacred, godly knowledge? Wouldn't God want us to be more godly? Supposedly God wants us to be good, but God doesn't want us to have sacred knowledge. We're not allowed to eat of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Tree of knowledge, tree of life. knowing how everything works, and living a very long time to eventually, essentially being immortal. Why doesn't God want that? Why does a talking snake want that? Wants us to know what's going on? This is why all those freaking Satanists think Satan's the good guy. Of course, he's even worse. So we're talking about Voldemort and his bros. And of course, Manichaeanism, Book of Giants, Voldemort begets two sons who together battle the Leviathan, a creature with the form of a sea monster from Jewish belief. Boo. They're not portrayed as heroic, but as boasting about their own victory, a symbol of royal failure to keep one's power in this world, as after the defeat of the Leviathan, Voldemort and his offspring are slain by the 4 punishing angels. Punishing angels? Those are my kind of angels. When you die, you have either eternal paradise or eternal damnation. I love the idea of eternal damnation. Makes me feel so powerful. It makes no sense whatsoever. We would totally recycle and live multiple lives and learn and grow, obviously and clearly, and work our way up the hierarchies, obviously. But that makes sense, and you're not allowed to know how things actually work. You better not pray appropriately. You better not work hard. You better not inform. You better not meme. Better not donate to InfoWars. They are hurting, and they are the tip of the spear, whatever you think of them. Pray. Learn to pray. Quiet. Put on something, some sort of music, preferably guided meditation. Focus on your breathing. Lower them brainwaves. Learn to visualize while you connect and ask for the things you need. Many ways to appropriately ask as well. You'll figure it out. Especially if you work hard. Read spiritual books. It's so easy to see things more spiritually when you're reading spiritual things. But when you take a long break, it goes away quick. Read spiritual things. Even if it's the Bible, which is sci-fi fantasy. That's why I didn't believe it as a kid. It didn't make any sense. It was like the dang books I was reading. Of course I didn't believe it. Of course I left it. Now I'm like, the sky gods of old were probably aliens. Or like, you don't believe in God? No, I believe in God. I don't worship aliens like a fucking moron. And most importantly, don't forget to dislike and unsubscribe.